Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of One Piece manga chapter 858. Now, let's talk about this one. At the very beginning, we had a pretty nice jump cover. I mean, it's a jump cover, we had them before. I said in the live reaction that I wasn't really expecting that color scheme for Big Mom. Still, I wasn't expecting it to be that bright and colorful, I guess. I don't know why, I always pictured her in more muted colors. Then we had the color spread as well, which I thought looked really nice. Nothing real special about it. It didn't really have anything to do with the particular story or characters. Nothing going on like that. So it's not really one of my favorites. It's just kind of whatever. I think my favorite color spread is still the one that we got back towards the end of Zou, where it was like the old Japanese wood print style with the Whole Cake Island arc, like the characters that were going into it. Like Luffy, it was Luffy, Nami, Chopper, Pedro, and Carrot, I think, and Brook as well. I thought that looked really nice. I can't remember if Sanji was in it or not, but that's the one I've liked the most, just overall so far. At the very beginning, we have Streusen, who is the chief chef, I guess, making the wedding cake. Not sure why it was even really important enough to show here. It really didn't mean much. So who really even cares? And we only saw one page of it. I guess it's just to show us that stuff is going on. Maybe Streusen will be important later, maybe not. We also then next see a nice 2-page spread of the Sun Pirates stalling Peckham's and pretty much lying to him at the East Bay. Because of course he's still loyal to Big Mom. To whatever reason, he is a very loyal man. And it makes me think, I said a while back that I personally thought that this was going to culminate in some kind of Peckham's versus Pedro fight, where Peckham's is still loyal to Big Mom, and Pedro has to fight him and tell him, this is wrong, come on, you have to give up working for Big Mom. And it was going to culminate in this interaction between the two of them, and I still think maybe it will, since after all this time it seems that Peckham's is still loyal to her, and that's why they have to try to stall him. Then we see Luffy and Sanji actually make it to Beija's hideout, and they're greeted by Vito, who I actually really enjoy as a character. I think is a funny and interesting character. And they have to go have a bath in order for Beige to meet them, because he doesn't meet dirty people. We see, of course, we have Nami in the bath, if they're talking about it. But Nami and Chiffon actually discuss Lola, and I wasn't expecting so much this chapter getting deep into Lola's story, and I wasn't expecting to really like and feel for Chiffon this much. I just thought she'd be kind of a gag background character, but I actually really came to like Chiffon through the dialogue with Nami here. But they discuss Lola's story, and of course it's distracting trying to read it because we have sexy Nami, and best girl Carrot. Oh my god, don't even get me started, rabbit boys. And we find out actually that the one who fell in love with Lola was Loki, the king of Elbaf, or Prince of Elbaf. So we now know that Elbaf has this sort of monarchy government, it would appear. And Loki is their prince. First time we're getting that name drop. And also important to note, she says that Elbaf is the strongest country in the world, which is that's a pretty hefty title in One Piece. So just more hype for when we actually do get to see Elbaf, and also more connection, because when we get there, now Nami can say, oh, I met Lola, when she sees Loki. So this is interesting. And it's also interesting, it seemed like Lola went out to find her husband on the sea, but they said that he fell in love with her, so even if it was kind of an arranged marriage, it's odd that she wouldn't say, okay, he fell in love with me, this is what I was looking for. So that whole story is interesting, and I feel like when we get to Elbaf and see Loki, we're going to be learning a lot more about it. So Lola ran, of course, and they tried to pass off Chiffon as Lola, and that didn't work. So that really worsened their relations with the Giants even more. And apparently Chiffon was beaten for years every time Big Mom saw her because of it, so that's why she has decided to side with Capone, well, with the Capones as her real family, and go along with the assassination plot, of course. Then we have Luffy and Brook healing via milk, which I just thought was great, because not only was it a funny gag, like I said in the live reaction, it brings up the idea of what if it does have something to do with that sort of power of living thing that the hair dude had going on? Then Brûlé tries to talk to Chiffon, of course, but she's already pretty much set on doing this, taking out Big Mom in order to protect Lola, who's in danger of being killed by Big Mom if she's found, and also seeing Beige and Pez as her real family. Then I love the meeting panel. Everybody looks so badass, like in the suits and everything. Like, I wanted to point out which ones, but I went through and I was like, I can't write any of these in my notes because it's everybody. Everybody looks really freaking cool. I know in particular Pedro looked really awesome. Sanji did as well. But Sanji usually has that kind of style in a way. Also, who was it? There was somebody else in particular that I really thought they looked cool. It must have been Brooke. It had to have been Brooke that I thought looked really cool. Because I think that's where on the couch he was sitting is what I'm thinking of. Then Sanji, of course, does bring up that he needs to get back when with at least 2 hours left to spare, because they're probably eventually going to start getting a little bit suspicious. And I'm glad that somebody did bring that up. That it would be suspicious if he isn't there when they find him. And we find out Caesar is with the fire tanks, and Gangster Gastino is the new Soga King. Luffy he was like, yo, were you Caesar? No, I'm Beige's brother, Gangster Gastino. Then Luffy's like, oh, okay. So he is the new Soga King for me. Of course, Luffy finds out later on that it's Caesar, because everybody's like, yeah, you're right, it's Caesar. I love as well that the Gangster Gastino is just followed with his normal shoo-do-do-do-do. So I really hope, like, I can't wait for them to get to this whole part in the anime, just so I can hear this meeting. I think that's going to be a really funny scene between Luffy, Caesar Clown, and Capone. And then Chopper and Sanji's reactions for me were hilarious as well to Caesar. Luffy then agrees to join up as long as he gets to punch Beige one time. Capone's like, sure thing. And I think it wouldn't really bother him, because if he's part of the worst generation as a bounty this high, he likely has armament haki. And add to that, I feel like his castle fruit not only allows people to go inside of him like a castle, I think it's probably almost Zoan-like, and he can probably turn himself into a massive ass castle if he wants to. So yeah, I think that punching him wouldn't really do too much, because like I think it was Jinbei said, he has incredible defensive powers. So Capone agrees. Things break down though, because they're like, yo, don't punch each other and stuff, and Jinbei just resolves all their shit, like, come on, you guys all hate Big Mom. Let's work together for now. You can kill each other later. So, chapter as a whole, I actually really loved this one. I thought it was very funny and yet had really good plot progression. I thought we made it a good way in the story. And the wedding countdown was a nice effect that I liked. When Oda added in the few boxes here and there, giving the countdown to the wedding, I thought that helped with the tension and the pacing a bit. So I did like that. The fan service, of course, great. My best girl, Carrot. And I actually have really come to like Beige's crew recently. Like I said, I always thought Vito was a funny and interesting character. Beige to me was like the fat, boring cousin of the worst generation. But I'm coming to like Beige a lot more, seeing this whole storyline play out. And like I said, I wasn't expecting to feel so strongly about liking Chiffon as a character. I'm really impressed with how what Oda did with her story when I thought she was just going to be a random background character. Also, we got to get some good Elbaf info, and Elbaf is something that we haven't really heard too much specific talk about, but now we know that they have a prince. We know the prince's name is Loki, and we know that there's the history there with Big Mom and her kingdom or whatever. So that to me just solidifies this as being even more good, because we get actual info on a place that we're probably going to go later on, and our characters build some connection with that place's lore, I guess. Either way, as a score, what would I call this as a score? I guess I'd call it a 9 very Milky chapters out of 10. Not out of 10. Ugh. So, your point wasn't what I care about. Yeah, either way, that's all I got, I suppose. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this chapter and what you thought of my thoughts on it. Even brief as they were in the review. And if I missed anything, I guess maybe go check out the... I shouldn't have missed anything, but the live reaction was almost 20 minutes long, so only reviewing it for 10, I'm not sure how I feel. But yeah, either way, comment whatever you want. Subscribe if you want and are not already for more One Piece, both anime, manga, and a ton of other anime and manga. Follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That's it, so thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.